Let's be real for a second. If you can't look in the mirror and respect the man staring back at you, then you've already lost. Because you can fake confidence for the rest of the world, for the internet, for the people at work, the people that you bump into every day in life. You can flex that success online. You can convince everybody else that you've got it all figured out. But when you're alone and it gets a bit quiet and then voices in your head start to get louder, that reflection in the mirror doesn't lie. Because most men avoid mirrors, not because they hate how they look, but because they hate what and who they've become. They see a man that know he's capable of more but doesn't act on it. I have men come to me who are earning six-figure salaries but they hate their lives. None of the stuff they thought would make them happy has made them happy. A man who used to have fire but let comfort kill it. A man who's been busy pretending instead of spending his time becoming the best version of himself and sharing it with the world. And if that hit you right now and like a slap in the face, good, because this video might sting, but it will wake you up and change your life if you take action on what I'm about to tell you. Because you can't call yourself a man if you don't like what you see in the mirror, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And today I'll break down how you can fix that. And it's not going to be some soft motivational talk, but it's going to be raw steps to help you rebuild your discipline, rebuild your confidence, and actually start to generate some peace in your life. Because here's the brutal truth. The mirror never lies. So let's start with the truth. You can hide from your own reflection. You can hide from accountability. You can hide from responsibility. But reality is that mirror, it exposes everything. And most men are running from that. Because I used to wake up and walk straight past mirrors like they would kill me. Because deep down, I knew what I'd see. A weak man who'd lost himself and was chasing all the wrong things. Cocaine, chaos, cheap validation, external validation, bloated from booze, burnt out from the drugs, in debt, lying to himself daily. I told everyone that I was doing fine. And on paper, it looked like I was doing fine. But my reflection called bullshit on it every single time. Because the mirror doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your trauma or even about your story. It just shows you exactly who you are right now in this moment. And that's exactly what scares people, terrifies people, because you can't hide behind the potential that you see in the mirror. You either are or you aren't. And that's where the shifts and the transformations can truly start to begin. Because when you finally stop avoiding your reflection and you decide, I'm not running anymore, I'm not making excuses anymore, that's when the transformation starts. Because the mirror tells the truth, and the truth is the foundation of power. Let me say that again. Getting truthful and honest with yourself is the start of true power, which leads me on to the 3M system, how to rebuild yourself. The 3Ms, mindset, movement, money. And if you want to respect what you see when you look in the mirror, you need structure. That's why I built the 3M system: mindset, movement, and money. And every man watching this needs to be dominating all three to even be able to live the sort of life that you can be actually proud of, which leads me on to the first M, mindset. That's the root of absolutely everything, because your mind is the operating system. And if it's infected with doubt, negative self-talk, fear, and procrastination, every part of your life will be on a downward spiral. Because most men think that they need more motivation. No, you need to start reprogramming your mind to have empowering thoughts, because you've spent decades letting society, trauma, failure, and negative beliefs wire you to believe that you're not enough. And every time you skip a workout, scroll instead of doing some empowering work, or lie to yourself, then that belief just gets stronger. And to fix it, you need daily subconscious reprogramming. And this isn't some woo-woo metaphysical soft idea. It's proven science. Your brain is neurally plastic. So you can't just read affirmations, you need to live them. Every night I play audio programming while I sleep, my voice over binaural beats. I rewire my subconscious to believe in discipline, power, peace, wealth, and abundance. Because if you don't train your mind and I don't train my mind, the environment will train it, and it will turn you and it will turn me soft. And it leads me on to the second M, movement, which is the physical mirror of your discipline. Because if your body's weak and you've got man tits and a beer gut, your mind's going to follow. You can't think strong thoughts when you feel and you look like shit. You can't lead a family or a business or employees when you're half dead from neglecting yourself. Because your body is a billboard. It tells the world what you'll tolerate. And most men are walking billboards for mediocrity and negative self-belief. So you've got to train daily, not because you're chasing six-pack abs, but because it's a declaration that you're done being average and you're committed to growth every single day. Every rep is an act of rebellion against weakness and against your lower self. Every drop of sweat is a message to your old, weaker self saying, I'm back, better than ever, because the comeback's always better than the setback. So if you're carrying a gut and man tits and your energy's dead, if your testosterone's tanked through the floor, fix it. Because when you take your body and your hormones seriously, your mind and your money will follow. And while we're talking on money, that's the third M, money, the freedom mirror. So let's talk about money. Most men are enslaved by it. Either they're broke and desperate, or they've got money and maybe even wealthy by other people's estimations, but they're miserable. Both of those are symptoms of misalignment, because money is energy. It amplifies what you already are, who you already are. So if you're lost, money will just make you more lost. But if you're aligned, money becomes a weapon for good, for growth. So when I was chasing money constantly as my only metric of success, I was always stressed. When I started becoming the man who deserved it, money and opportunities started chasing me and being magnetized to me. So stop trading your time for scraps. Start building systems, assets, and habits that compound and feed each other. Because the goal isn't millions, it's freedom. Freedom to live your purpose, live your best life, protect your family, and move through life with a level of peace. You can make as much money as you want, but peace is the missing piece to the puzzle. And the moment you start respecting yourself, again, is when it'll all change. Because there's a moment in every man's life where he finally sees himself clearly. Mine came when I was hungover, broke, depressed, suicidal, looking at my reflection in the mirror and thinking, wow, is this it? Is this who I've become? And that moment really, really hurt me deep on so many levels. But the beautiful thing is it saved me, because the only thing more painful than failure is pretending that you're okay with mediocrity. So I rebuilt everything from scratch. I stopped lying to myself. I stopped chasing temporary highs, and I started stacking long-term compounding wins that get better day after day after day after day. So if you want self-respect, start keeping promises to yourself, let alone everybody else. Every time you follow through on your word, you rebuild trust. Every rep, every meal, every productive day, everything is a deposit into your internal bank account. And when that balance is high, you walk differently, you speak differently, you're at a different frequency, and you start attracting differently. You start to become truly unfuckwithable. And if you've seen any of my videos before, you know it's all about becoming unfuckwithable. So here's the spiritual mirror, because peace is power. Let's get real. You can get shredded, you can get rich and be successful on paper and still feel empty. And that's a scary place to be, because peace isn't found in progress alone. It's found in your purpose and living life with a purpose. Because most high performing men are running from something. They're addicted to the trap of more money, more wins, more approval, more plates to spin. But you don't need more. You need alignment. Because peace isn't sitting on a beach doing nothing and watching the world go by. It's knowing you're living exactly how you're meant to. It's waking up excited for life, not anxious and overwhelmed. It's about being able to go to bed proud, not guilty of how you're living your life. So you need to connect back to something higher, your purpose, God, your calling, universal energy, whatever you want to call it. Because without that, you always feel like something's missing. That's why I say spirituality is like the final mirror. Because once you align your thoughts, your body and your energy, or your mindset, your movement and your money, life starts aligning back. Opportunities flow towards you. People just suddenly appear and doors open. That's not luck. That's magnetism. And you can't fake it. You can't fake it to the universe. You can't fake it to yourself. You know when you're your best version of yourself. So here's your wake-up call. You've got to choose your hard. Because here's what every man needs to understand. Life is hard at times. You just get to choose which kind of hard. It's hard being disciplined and sticking on track with your eating and your training. But it's also hard being fat, broke and miserable. It's hard to build your dream life, but it's also hard living with the regret of taking no action. You've got to pick your hard, because most men choose comfort because it's easy, but it's comfort that destroys them slowly, bit by bit. It numbs their fire, weakens their edge, and turns them into spectators instead of players. So stop watching life happen and start creating it, because every man, you included, is built for something more. Something worth having is something worth suffering for, because I'm sure you faced doubt, pain, rejection, and you've kept going anyway. That's what makes you a man. Not the money in your bank, not the muscle on your body, resilience. And if you're listening right now and thinking, fucking hell, I've let myself go, don't worry, this is your chance. You can rebuild your life. A full transformation. It's not going to be overnight, but the decision happens overnight. But through compounding your daily alignment and your daily actions through non-negotiable systems. So here's the 3M daily non-negotiable system that will transform your life. Here's how you start rebuilding today with the same system I use myself and with all my private clients. Number 1, morning mindset work. Start your day by reprogramming your subconscious. No phone, no noise. Do some gratitude, some journaling, some affirmations. Remind yourself of who you're becoming, not who you were or who you are. Number 2 is you've got to move daily. It doesn't matter how you feel. Train anyway, get some steps in, do some press ups. Discipline over emotion every time. So if you're tired, walk. And if you're angry, lift. If you feel stressed, go for a run. Number 3 is income generation. You've got to do at least one action every day that moves money closer to you. Not scrolling, not planning, executing. Income generation activities. Message a lead, create an offer, build something that prints cash. Do income generating activities and generate income. It's simple. And if you stack these 3 simple things every day, you'll transform faster than you ever thought possible. Your body will start to change. Your bank account will start to change. Your whole energy shifts. It's not luck, it's alignment compounded. Let me say that again. It's not luck, it's alignment compounded. Because the power of the mirror is your truest feedback loop. The mirror is the most honest feedback system that you'll ever have access to in your whole life. It will tell you if you're living right without words, no words needed. If you can look at yourself and feel proud, then you're on track. If you can't look in the mirror and feel proud of who you are, then you know exactly what needs fixing. You've probably just been putting it off. That's why I tell every single man that I work with, no matter what level they are at in life, make the mirror your accountability partner. Look at yourself daily and ask yourself, am I proud of the man that I see? Would I follow this man? Would I look up to this man? Would my current or my future son look up to him and take him as an inspiration? Because if the answer is no, then you need to fix it. No shame, just action. Consistent, daily, relentless action. Because when you finally do that, when you finally become the man, life starts bowing to you and happening for you instead of to you. And you become magnetic. So here's a call to action. This is your moment to really hit new levels and start to transform. So if this video's hit you, which I'm assuming it has because you've got this far into it, stop consuming and start creating. Stop watching motivational content and start becoming the motivation. The man in the mirror doesn't change from theory or from feel-good ideas. He changes from repetition, daily, consistent action compounded. And every day is another chance to close the gap between who you are and who you know that you're meant to be. In here, because I know you feel it. So here's what you do. Go to the link in the description of this video and get your free copy of the alignment blueprint. It's completely free, no strings attached. It's the same system I've used to rebuild my life and all the high performing men that I've worked with and took them from chaos and overwhelm to clarity and magnetism. You'll get the full framework on mastering the 3 M's: mindset, movement and money, and learn how to become truly unfuckwivable. So click the link in the description and start today, or comment a line on this video and I'll send it through to you. Because 1 year from now, you can either be proud of the man in the mirror or still explaining why you're not that guy yet. And trust me, in a year's time, you're going to arrive at a place. It wants to be a place that you've worked to consistently every single day, because you don't need perfection. You just need honesty. Because the mirror never lies, but it can guide you home to your best self, your highest self, if you're willing to face it. So go look in the mirror, look yourself dead in the eyes and ask yourself, do I respect this man that I'm looking at in the mirror? And if the answer's no, don't flinch, don't cry about it. Just fucking get to work and start by clicking the link in the description and getting the alignment blueprint. I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.